Jordan and Eddie, the movie guys. I am a huge Scream fan and I went to the cinema to watch this on opening night. The opening kill scene was really cool and different. The killer reveal at the start threw me off and it was interesting to see something different to usual Scream-style open kills. Although, that being said, Casey still takes #1 spot of best openings of any Scream movie. Ghostface was brutal in this movie, and I think this is needed in modern Scream films as I don't think any sequel can have the same quirk as the original. That apartment scene with Quinn's death, and the latter scene was incredibly tense, brutal and entertaining. Same with Gale's chase scene. The tube scene was also tense and utilized the NY setting of the movie. The killer reveal was not bad. It was a little far-fetched, but which Scream movie isn't? I was surprised at Quinn and found the twist very entertaining. Ethan was also slightly surprising as I thought he was a too obvious character and hence disregarded the possibility he would actually be a Ghostface. Detective Bailey was okay. The motive was like a slightly better version than Scream 2, as it seemed more plausible to be annoyed at Sam for the sheer brutality of how she killed Richie. But even so, a full family of killers didn't take away from how much I enjoyed the film though. Kirby was great. I loved her more in Scream 4, but it was nice to see her back in action. Gale felt a little out of place but provided a tense and cool chase scene. And that punch scene between her and Tara was golden. Now to some of my issues. I get that the earlier films also had this, but the fact that all Gale, Chad, Tara and Mindy got stabbed many times and survived took away the impact of how brutal Ghostface was in this movie. Chad especially. I know Dewey survived all sorts in the original 3 but he wasn't quite stabbed 12 times like Chad. Ghostface came across brutal but in reality the only character he killed was Anika. Every other kill was just a random, opening girl. So it did feel a tad underwhelming at the end. Seeing every character survive after those brutal stabbings felt a bit ridiculous to the point it took away any fear I had for Ghostface. Gale kind of had a redemption arc and I feel that they threw that away to give her a reason to come back to Scream 6 by writing another book. The Billy visions need to stop, it's horrible to watch. Overall, a strong entry into the franchise which I preferred over Scream 5. I think so far it sits in my top 3, behind the original and Scream 4. The acting was mediocre and almost cringe at some points. I have read so many reviews who said the movie is brutal and gory. Yeah, it has some kills, violent ones but not as gory and brutal as these reviews say. Some creepy atmosphere, some decent soundtrack and a little suspense and nothing interesting. It's so annoying to see some characters being so badly hurt with a real chance to die but they are in the end, good and alive. This is just silly. And the killer's reveal was a disappointing aspect. Really. When they have the mask and all on, they look like big guys with never-ending stamina but when they get off their masks you will see some, yeah, 4/10 for some decent kills, nor so gory and brutal as many say, and some good intense soundtrack. Scream 6 was terrible. Scream 5 was bad enough. You have all these people getting stabbed 20 times and a mouth cut open and twisted, but yet they keep surviving and walking like nothing happened. Exclamation mark. There were no surprises at all. This was supposed to be in NYC, but all they showed was the same sets over and over in apartments. You clearly knew who the killers were and it was all new characters just like Scream 5. I can see why Neve Campbell didn't want to do this movie. Just stop this franchise because it's getting worse every year. I thought it would be better, but apparently I was wrong.